I started going through this skin condition called topical steroid withdrawal. It is absolutely brutal. The fact that I'm even here right now recording this podcast is incredible. I mean, I'm so proud of the things that my body has been able to do and support me on this awful journey. But essentially, I struggled with eczema growing up my entire life, and to go to the dermatologist, they immediately prescribed something called topical steroids. So it just looks like a cream, like it could be like Vaseline looking, or like literally like a cream like from a tube. Like it literally just looks like that. So it doesn't seem harmful when you're just kind of applying it onto your skin. But I'm telling you, like the rash that you may have had, or like the cut that you may have had, like the next day, like you sleep and the next day you wake up after you applied it and your skin is 1000% healed. Like that is some scary kind of like stuff. You know, that means that the stuff that you're putting onto your body is potent. It's very, very, very strong. And to think that after years of applying it and you're not going to have any consequences, it's crazy. So a lot of people don't know much about topical steroid withdrawal because a lot of dermatologists don't believe it. They're just like, just apply the steroids, it'll be fine. But
Right.
it's been shown that there are thousands of people currently going through this and thousands more that are going to continue to experience this, because a lot of people can't tell the difference between severe eczema and topical steroid withdrawal because they kind of look the same at the start. But I remember earlier in May of last year, I started seeing these spots all over my body, and I was getting so stressed out because I'm like, I'm on camera. My job is to be on the camera, acting,
Mhm.
all the things, all the things on the camera. And I'm like, I cannot go through this. What is going on? And I think the stress of not knowing what was happening to my body and feeling all of these internal changes, because it doesn't just affect the skin, it affects your inner like circadian rhythm. Like your sleep just starts to be affected. Everything just starts to go crazy and you have no idea what's going on. And you kind of gaslight yourself and you're like, is this TSW? Like, I just don't know that, like, it's so rare. They say like there's no way it's TSW. And the fact that I had only used the cream for like 8 years and only in certain spots of my body, whereas some people use it 25 years consecutively and then they start going through TSW because
Mhm.
they've developed like a tolerance to it and it's no longer working. I didn't develop a tolerance to it. I simply wanted to have a natural journey. And I thought at that point, I had already stopped using the steroids for like, I think a month. And I didn't start seeing effects until after. But some people, they start seeing effects like the day that they stop steroids. For me, I saw it 4 weeks later. So I would have never known if I just continued applying the cream if I was going to start going through this. But my face started feeling like heat come through it. Like it just felt so uncomfortable on your body. And it's just this like bone deep itch that you cannot, like, it just doesn't stop. And it's everywhere. And your skin
Mhm.
becomes so frail and fragile. And it's like basically ripping itself and repairing itself because your cortisol is trying to, like, the stress chemical is trying to adjust in your body, because what the steroids do is just suppress inflammation, and that's basically all what skin conditions are: inflammation everywhere. So like you have a rash, whatever, that's inflammation. So it's suppressing inflammation for how many ever years you're using it until you stop, and then your body just erupts. Like your whole body doesn't know what to do, so it starts to do this full body like withdrawal process that's brutal and painful, tiring, and the only thing that can really heal it is time. So I'm currently back home.